Welcome back to Halftime Report on CNBC-TV18. Now let's put the spotlight on Emami. That's the first management on the show that we have for you all today. They reported a weak set of numbers in Q2 FY26. Revenues down by 10.3%, impacted by heavy monsoon, GST transition, all that playing out in Q2 FY26. To talk to us more about the outlook, we have Bhansali, CEO Finance, Strategy and Business Development and CFO at Emami, to talk to us about the outlook going forward. Thank you so much, Mr. Bhansali. I want to just start by talking about in terms of overall the volumes that one could expect going on from here. This time, obviously, we had seen that impact coming in of monsoons on your portfolio, summer portfolio specifically. So now going forward, what is the outlook in terms of volumes? What is the outlook in terms of revenue growth as well? Given that Q2, you've managed to see there's a decline in terms of revenue growth. So where do we see that headed?
Yeah, you rightly said. The Q2 witnessed so many challenges, right? The GST disruption, though it is a good step and is expected to boost the consumption and would definitely help the Emami as well. And the summer had been very bad, and so it has impacted. And on the top of it, the winter products uploading, which generally happens in the September end, was also got disrupted because of the GST. Because 88% of our turnover is impacted because of this GST rate reduction, and that's good going forward. But that in the interim, the people used to correct their inventories, and the high cost inventories they wanted to knock out first, and so this has impacted. But going forward, and from October and currently also we are witnessing a good spurt, and we expect near double-digit kind of a growth to come in going forward. Second half, we expect a good growth on the top of a good winter and also the favorable conditions which we are witnessing. We expect a good growth.
Right, favorable conditions. You are expecting good growth. Winter accounts for nearly 60% of your overall portfolio, and post El Nino, La Nina will come in, and there will be a strong winter. So hopefully things will look good. So on a full year basis, what is the kind of revenue that you can report? I ask you because the first half your revenues are down by about 5%. Will you end the year positive, maybe mid-single digit or low single digit?
We expect it to be positive, and maybe it may go up to the mid single digit. But having what has gone past, I think the second half we expect a double-digit growth.
Okay, and what about your margins? Because the second quarter they were impacted. Obviously, you maintain your margins between 26 to 28%. For the full year, where does that number stand at?
Yeah, what has happened is mainly because the gross margins had been intact. In fact, there has been still a good the margin expansion at the gross level. But Q2 had been a dent because, and so advertisement and other expenses and the other fixed expenses. And so there had been a decline on the EBITDA margin by almost 500 plus basis points.
Okay.
We expect the same kind of a margin quarter year on year as was there in the second half, as it was this year.
Okay. Well, Mr. Bhansali, just wanted to ask you about your e-commerce segment. How much did that contribute this quarter? How much did it grow? And you do have, certain products such as Smart and Handsome, which was launched on one e-commerce platform as well. What kind of traction are you seeing within that category?
Yeah, so overall, this new age channels, modern trade, e-commerce, and also the institution sales, all have they contribute almost in the last quarter has contributed almost 30% of our turnover, and Fair and this Smart and Handsome with its relaunch, and also the Cash King, which has also been relaunched now. We are expecting they also to turn around and contribute into the growth story of our company.
So when you say turnaround, Mr. Bhansali, can you just narrow down in terms of numbers for us? Say, for example, in your key categories or your key brands, what is the growth anticipated in the second half of FY26? And how much can you possibly scale up in FY27?
So as I said, on the rather than the brand wise, on an overall basis, it would be for the second half at 10% or a double-digit kind of a growth can be expected, and this will be done by the winter and also the ensuing summer. So second half comprises of both the seasons, and that would going forward also we expect this to continue because the base has been corrected in the current first year itself. first half itself.
All right, Mr. Bhansali, thank you so much for joining in. Short but effective conversation. We'll obviously continue this conversation at a later date in the middle of winter when you have better sense on how the winter portfolio of the company has done. But we'll take a short break. On the other side, we have another management from the consumer space. Bajaj Consumer Care joins in to discuss their extremely strong operational performance coming in from the quarter that went by.